Hey, this is Bert. Welcome back to the final part in my four-part series of every single Kenner action figure and its best modern update. And this time around, we are going to go over the Power the Force figures from 1985.
No Skill Customs.
Some people call them the last 17, but these are actually the last 15 because Poppluu and Lumat were actually available first in Return of the Jedi packaging. Speaking of Ewoks, let's get started with Ramba and Warwick. Here is Ramba.
The modern update is from the 30th anniversary collection, but you can go and watch my Every Ewok in Return of the Jedi video and find out all my problems I have with this figure. Then we have Warwick, and the modern update of Warwick actually came in a battle pack, and that was the Legacy Collection Battle for Endor battle pack. Then we have the A-Wing pilot. I go with Sila Kott because I'm going for the best modern update, and so Sila Kott's got the same style helmet and the more accurate colored kind of leg wrappings there. So that's why I like that figure over several of the other A-Wing pilot figures.
Sila Kott was available in the Toys R Us exclusive Battle over Endor pack. Technically a female, and maybe the original one is technically a male, but it doesn't really matter to me. I think she's the most accurate.
Then we have, just two really sad stories right here. Got EV-99, and you know what? This my tower is actually a watch display case, and the one problem is that it's a little too short between the shelves to fit EV-99 in there. And EV-99 is a sad story because he is a Power of the Force 2 figure, and that's the best they've done. And he's not even as good as the original one with the moving mouth. So so they really need to update him. And then this is an even sadder story, though, I have to say, and that is the Imperial Dignitary, specifically the character named Sim Alu, who, if you look at the blank spot just waiting for a modern update, does not exist. Okay, but I think it's on its way. Who knows when. Then we have Barada. And the modern update of Barada is actually named Kithaba. Barada is actually a specific different Klatooinian character. And Kithaba is vintage collection number 56. Now, just putting it out there, you might want to work hard to find the one with the red headband. I just feel like it's more accurate. Although there are shots in the movie where it almost looks like dark brown. Which would make the other version. That's about the only difference between them, though. Then we have a Manaman. And a Manaman was available as a Power of the Jedi special figure. Then let's move on to Yak Face. Yak Face, one of the very best vintage collection figures and one of the coolest vintage figures. And he was available as vintage collection number 132. Or if you want to buy the sale barge just for a Yak Face figure, you could get Vintage Collection 0, where they call him Yak Face instead of the other figure, the Vintage Collection 132, where they call him Celt Marae. Then we have Lando Calrissian as a general, and the best Lando Calrissian figure is Vintage Collection number 47, which features the updated photoreal face. So I would get him instead of the Black Series one. Then we have R2-D2 with pop-up lightsaber. Now, a lot of people don't really consider this a pop-up lightsaber, R2-D2, but I do. Comes with a lightsaber, it pops up. What more do you want? This is Vintage Collection number 25. He also does a few other things. That's why he's got the little Salacious Crumb Zapper. And you could put a sensor scope in him, and if you wanted to, you could consider this your sensor scope update, too. Then we have Han Solo and Carbonite. And I actually fit these guys on two separate shelves. So there's the original vintage one. And here's the modern vintage collection one, and that is vintage collection number 136. He came with
Reese
in the Jabba's Palace playset. Then we have Anakin Skywalker, and Anakin Skywalker. Boy, this is a tough one. I went with the Power of the Force 2 Spirit Anakin Skywalker because he's kind of hazy. Like this one looks like, you know, a hazy spirit. And you know what? If you want him to be the old Sebastian Shaw, not Sebastian Stan, mind you, Sebastian Shaw version of Anakin Skywalker, you know, you got this option and you have the other one from the Power of the Force 2 flashback version. So Not too many options there. They did a nice job with the 30th anniversary collection one, but it's got Hayden Christensen's face, so I don't really feel like that's a true update of this figure. All right, then we have Luke Skywalker in his battle poncho, and this is from the Battle for Endor 3-pack. He's got a little more articulation in the elbows than the Saga Collection one, but he's being redone in the Vintage Collection through Walmart this year. The problem is, I'll just tell you this right up front, the problem with that one is that the helmet is not removable, but I mean in some ways that makes it truer to the actual vintage Power of the Force Kenner one. Then we have Luke Skywalker as a Stormtrooper, and this is the third figure in that San Diego Comic-Con 3-pack, and just an amazing figure. Really, this face sculpt on Luke Skywalker is just absolutely phenomenal. You could also get him as Vintage Collection number 169, so he was sold separately. All right, and you know what? I got to end this video on a controversy. Here we have the Death Star Gunner and the Imperial Gunner. Here, I have chosen the Saga Collection one because if you look, Vintage one is clearly based on his appearance in Return of the Jedi, where he's not wearing any body armor. And if you can actually remove the body armor on the Saga Collection one to make him look like he's from Return of the Jedi. Others might choose the Vintage Collection one, and I gotta tell you, not only does he have the body armor, which really kind of makes it a different appearance, but I don't like that one. His head is so small. I like my my helmets to actually look like you could fit a person's head in there, and it's just so tiny. So I'm just not actually a fan. Plus, it's like a $45, $50 figure. So I would just get this one. And that's it. That wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this special 500 subscribers video, and thank you all for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the tower tour, and I'd love to hear what you think about some of those controversial choices I made. Do you have a different opinion? Do you agree with me? And how far are you in terms of either getting every vintage figure or every modern update of every vintage figure? Let me know. Subscribe and like and all that fun stuff, and you'll know when I make my next video, which is most likely going to be all the droids in Phantom Menace. I'm going to make it. I know there's a couple of you that really want that video. I'm working on it. And yeah, if you like and subscribe, you'll know exactly when it comes out. I'll see you then.